Hello everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39, and this is the final edition, the December edition of Smash or Stash, where each month we try to use something in our stash. This month was another free choice, and I'm sort of giving myself a Christmas present and allowing myself to choose this paper pad. I want to use it up, and I still have a few pieces left of it. So I am in the process of making hot cocoa and cookie packets. So I have two different ways of making them. There is this way, and this is all over Pinterest, so it's nothing. I haven't made these processes up. I'm just using some fabulous paper. And then this is, those of you who watch this regularly might recognize this is a method that Beth from Bourbon Creek Crafts uses. So let's start with this one because it's easy, and I'll show you to make some hot cocoa and cookie packets. Before I go any further, I wanted to mention that this paper collection is from Country Craft Creations. You may know I'm a design team member. And this is the Santa's Little Helper paper. It comes in 8x8 double-sided sheets, and I did make a mini album with it. I'll put that listed above or in the description box if I remember. But I just had a couple of pieces left, and one of the pieces is this this page. And I really want to make a hot cocoa bar. Actually, we're having a Friendsgiving, and I think I might just put it on a wood frame, and that will be a decoration all by itself. I mean, isn't that beautiful? That's just fabulous. But in that paper collection, there are some cut-aparts, and these are, I'm pretty sure they're 4x4. They are. So you get 4 of these cut-aparts. I think you get the 2 bakery and 2 hot chocolate cut-aparts, and they are perfect for making some hot cocoa packets and cookies. This, by the way, is not a real cookie. It looks it, doesn't it? I didn't have any cookies, but I did have some paper, so I just cut some paper and made dots of my alcohol markers. And when you put it in this wax paper, it looks like a cookie. I thought I was pretty clever. Oh, right. Let us start by making these. And the way we make these is it's just a legal size envelope that we cut down. So since those hot cocoa packets, since the cut aparts are 4x4 and these envelopes are 4x9 1/4, 4x9 1/2, I'm cutting it down to 2 pieces 4x4. I probably should have sealed it first, so go ahead and seal it. So we'll get this piece out of it that I'm just putting in my campfire starting pile. I'll go ahead and seal this up now. And I'm just going to use my ATG gun to seal it. There we go. There's one. And there's the other. And I'm going to grab a brown distress ink. You don't have to do this because you're basically going to cover the whole thing, but there will be just a little bit showing. The edges will show, so I just like to have it blend in with the paper. And you can use one paper on the front, one on the back. It doesn't have to say the Claus Bakery. I mean, you could use something like this and decorate it. But I love this. It's just adorable. So we will just grab some glue. And glue this on. That is pretty much all there is to it. And then we will grab some hot cocoa. So this came from Dollar Tree. And if you're making a bunch of it, that's cost effective, but you also can get Starbucks hot cocoa. I'm cutting this down so it doesn't look like it's torn apart. And this can go right inside. And these came from Dollar Tree. Last year they were individually wrapped in cellophane. This year you have to cut apart the metal strips, but it's okay. It does the trick. If you're fancy schmancy, you can maybe tie a bow around that. But besides adding this into a clear cellophane bag, that's it. You're done. So if you actually have cookies, wrap them in some wax paper. Get them hot out of the oven. Go bring them to somebody who's working in retail on a couple of days before Christmas, teachers, the bus driver, whatever, and it just makes a fabulous presentation. So there is one method of the hot cocoa packets. Now the other one, so I have this paper left over, and this is my favorite paper from that collection. I mean, it's just beautiful. And besides making cards, I really don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to make the hot cocoa packets out of it. And you're not going to see all that beautiful. I mean, look at that paper. I would take some snow, liquid snow, or this snow that's in a pen, and put it on there. And I don't know, it's just pretty. This is the back of it. It's all these cut aparts. I've already put one of these cut aparts in the mini album that I made. And I have a scrap of paper. And I am just going to take this and put it in the corner here. And then I am going to, so this is 8x8 paper. So we are going to fold that exactly in half on the diagonal. So make a triangle. Use my bone folder to make a nice crisp fold. And then fold the top triangle down. I'm leaving about 1/4 of an inch. And burnishing it. And I will grab another piece of my scrap paper and cut it and put it there. I suppose I could have inked the edges if I wanted to. There, we're just going to go like that. All right, now you're going to put that flap back up, and right where this piece meets, right at that fold line, you're going to take one side and go over, almost touching that score line. You don't want to go over the score line because then it's difficult to fold this flap down. So almost touching. And I'm going to use ATG just to make it quick. But you'll probably want to use something a little more permanent. And then this side will come over and it's going to almost touch the top also. And glue it or ATG it, whatever you want to do. That goes like that. And then this folds down, and I am going to make sure it stays glued. And then you can decorate the front. As you can see on this one, I used a punch and then another punch, and I cut out, oh, that's why there's a hole in this page, because it said hot chocolate and I put that on there. But there's different things that you can cut out from this paper collection, or put a bow on it, or tie ribbon around. I mean, there's so many things you could do. And then again, we will grab the cocoa and put it in with one of those spoons. And then to make this even better, so I got one of these sets of bags, and I got this at Dollar Tree, but if you get one, this one has sort of an accordion. It opens up quite wide, but you don't need it that wide. Come on, get in there. And then I have a piece of paper that is just about 3.5 by 5.25. I'm going to fold that like that. Make that nice and neat. I should cut it down, but just for the interest of video, I'm just going to fold it. And I will grab my stapler. And you can decorate the top of this too, or this, you could do a to from little thing. And there you go. So that is how I made the hot cocoa and cookie packets using Santa's Little Helper paper pad and using up almost all. I mean, I still have this, which I promise I'm going to put it on somewhere. All I have left of the collection is these couple of strips of paper. And so this is sort of a baking theme paper, but it's also got these adorable dogs on it, like all different breeds of dogs. It says Santa's Little Helper. That one's got a chef's hat on it, and so does that. And that one says Santa's Little Helper, beautiful beagle with the baking hat on it. So that is how I smashed my stash this month. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching all year long. Don't forget to check out all the other fantastic collaborators who have also smashed their stash this month and all year long. And thanks so much to Beth of Bourbon Creek Crafts for sponsoring this collab. I did use up a bunch of my stash, and I'm very happy about that. So thanks so much. Have a great end of the year, and have a fabulous day.